I recently published a video on how I built an app with vibe coding in under 3 hours. After publishing that video, I got a few messages from family and friends where they asked me, can you give me step-by-step instructions on how to actually go about using vibe coding to build an app? So today I'm going to show you exactly how to do that in this video. I'll be using Canva. Let's jump in. This video is not sponsored. I've just been wanting to try Canva AI and I wanted to test its capabilities compared to other platforms that I've used. What I like about Canva is that they have a free version that you could try out if you want. So I go to canva.com, click on Canva AI, click on code, and here I'm going to describe the idea. So the app I want to build is to help my kid learn math. Big surprise, Indians wanting to learn math, right? I just want to build a simple app that is focused on addition, subtraction, and greater than, less than comparisons. I know there are other apps out there that teach math. I've just been having fun recently with building apps, so I decided I'd build it myself. And it would be cool to tell my daughter that I built this game for you. The thing about vibe coding is that you just need to describe your idea. Talk about what you want to build, why you want to build it, so AI has the context needed to build it. Zooming in for easy readability. Here's my prompt. Can you create a simple math game for kindergarten kids that teaches them to solve addition and subtraction problems within 10? This is the requirement that was given by her teacher. For example, 5 plus 4, 9 plus 1, 5 minus 2, etc. The answer should be a multiple choice from 3 choices. I decided to go with multiple choice because I'm not sure if my daughter can type yet. I'm pretty sure she can, but we haven't tried that yet. But I do know that she can click on buttons. The result of the problem should not be above y, where the default y equals 10. Give x number of problems, default x equals 5, and give a point for every problem that the kid gets right at the first attempt. The end screen shows the total score, which is the number of problems they got right. The user can dismiss the end screen by pressing X at the top right of the end screen. Keep the interface readable with big numbers. In the settings, the user can select X and Y in settings. That's redundant. I'm going to take that out. Some things you'll see in my prompt. I'm being specific. I'm also giving it why, what problem I'm trying to solve, who am I building this app for, and I'm giving it some examples so it understands my vision. I'm not going too deep into the colors, fonts, placement yet, because I want to see what AI comes up with. Then I can give it feedback and ask it to make changes. Let's try this. It's pretty simple. It's going to be an HTML game, which you can copy and paste into your website if you want, or even just play it within Canva. How cool is this? It's already coded 400 lines. There it is. Okay, let's see. Math fun. Start playing. 2 minus 1 equals 1. When I get it right, it moves on to the next one already. That's awesome. Let's see what happens when I get it wrong. Oh, nice. It told me it was wrong, then it gave me the right answer. I really like the interface. Okay, great job. You got 2 out of 5 correct. Nice try. Practice makes perfect. Play again. So what happens when I do X? It goes back to the main screen. In settings, I can say number of problems, the maximum answer. This is great. I want it to give the kid one more attempt if they got it wrong. So let's give it that prompt. When the kid gets an answer wrong, mark the wrong answer red as you have it right now. But instead of giving the correct answer, give the kid another chance to get the correct answer from the remaining 2 options. Then if the kid gets the wrong answer again, then mark the answer green and the wrong answer red. Now we wait for AI to do its magic. You'll see a lot of vibe coding tools respond back in their own words, so to speak, of what they understood from your prompt, which is pretty cool. It's as if you're talking to a real person. Here Canva AI told me that it'll modify the game to give the kids a second chance. So let's try it out. Version 2, start playing. 4 plus 4, let me get it wrong. Let me get it wrong again. Great. 8 minus 2, 6. 4 plus 4, 8. Wow, I'm pretty good at this. 5 plus 2, 7. I love that there's also a progress bar up top. I didn't even give it that prompt. So it's trying to deduce what I want. Let me get it wrong again. I love that it pauses there too. Great job. You got 3 out of 5 correct. Keep practicing. One thing I would do is make the text here black so it's easier to read. So let me try that. Black is hurting my eyes. I think it's the stark contrast of the white. Can you make the problem text very, very dark blue? Okay, that seems better. It's kind of like black, but it's not hurting my eyes. One thing I would like to see here is a reset button. Have a small reset button with the reset icon at the top right corner. It should allow the user to restart the game. Let it do its magic. There it is. It's not as pretty as I would like it, but it gets the job done. Now I want to add the functionality for comparisons. So let me add that in. In addition to addition and subtraction problems, give greater than and less than problems. That is x question mark y. X and y should be less than or equal to z. In settings, the parent can select z with default being 100. For the problem, The kid should again get 3 choices for the answer, greater than, less than, equal to. Mix up these choices for every problem. In settings, the parents can select what type of problem the kid can see: addition, subtraction, and comparison. By default, show all 3 types of problems. I made a few other modifications. I added the maximum numbers for the addition and subtraction. So for example, a plus b equals c or a minus b equals c. So you can change the maximum number for what a and b are. I also added an option where the user can select the type of problems they want their kid to see. I also fixed the reset button, and I removed the part where it says problem x of y. It's redundant because we already have a progress bar. And here you can see I simplified the end screen. I also fixed some font issues that were happening when I copied pasted this code into my website. Then I went into the code view, copied the code, and added it as a private page on my website. Now I'm going to try it with my daughter. Start.
70, 24.
Yeah. Oh, good job.
I got it right. 7 plus 3.
Wow.
There's 9, and I put 1 in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 94, 18. I wish points.
It's okay. We learn.
4 minus 2, take away 2, and it's 2. Why is that dark?
I don't know. Try it again.
That's okay.
Press 2 again. There you go. Good
4
job. 4 out of 5. You over again?
Yeah.
How cool was that? I just used vibe coding to help my daughter practice math. I'm thinking of creating another video where I walk you through a more complex vibe coding project. Is that something you'd be interested in? Let me know in the comment section below. Wishing you the best.